Hey everyone, finished watching the next episode of Power Rangers Megaforce. He blasted me with science. So the first episode was a remake of Day of the Dumpster, kinda. It was pretty basic, but decently introduced the characters and the premise. Now, that's all out of the way, and we're probably going to get the Zords next. Megaforce gets a pre-show narrated origin segment like Samurai, and I don't think it was necessary. Samurai had a unique premise with specific terminology that warranted having an opening that gave everything a rundown. Megaforce is about as simple as a Power Rangers show premise can be, and the opening doesn't explain anything that can't just be inferred from the theme song. Anyway, on to the summary. The Rangers are in class taking a quiz. Troy thinks back to earlier that day when he ran into Creepox while on a jog. I don't know why this had to be a flashback. Why couldn't we just see this event in real time? After class, Jake offers to walk Gia home. Up on the villain's spaceship, the monsters discuss their invasion plans. Admiral Malcor sends down a new monster, UFO, to find the humans' weakness. Back at school, Noah notices Mr. Burley, the science teacher, left behind his scarf. He takes it to his office and sees posters and news clippings on the wall, all about aliens and the Loch Ness Monster. Noah tells him he finds that stuff interesting too, and they bond over their shared interest. Jake and Gia see tiny little UFOs flying around and follow them to investigate. They see a bunch of the green-yellow minions from last episode surround a group of people, and then the UFOs capture the people in nets. The UFOs combine together into the monster UFO. Jake and Gia morph and attempt to rescue the captured people. UFO splits apart again and goes to capture more people. Gia and Jake call the others for help. They all fight off the green-yellow minions, loogies, except for Noah, who was somehow able to talk despite not being there.
He thinks he's a scientist.
Wait, what? They really couldn't shoot an insert shot of him there, too? I know they could have. The first episode had original footage of the loogies. Actually, they didn't have to do anything at all. They could have just kept Noah back at the school with Mr. Burley. Oh, wait. Maybe it was actually Jake who had a line there, but it sounded way more like Noah.
He thinks he's a scientist.
Did the ADR director or dialogue editor put a wrong line in there, or did no one notice how similar their voices were? Noah shows up, and with his help, the Rangers can form the Team Blaster and defeat UFO. Wait, why do they even arrive at different times? Why didn't they all just teleport to the fight? Up on the villain's spaceship, Vrak sends out his Zombats, weird little eyeballs with bat wings. I like them, they're a creative touch. Oddly, Vrak says that they're robotic.
They're robotic. Far too complex for you to understand.
Oh. For some reason, that makes them less interesting. Vrak also says he has them because he's royalty.
As royalty.
Alright. The Rangers are shocked when the Zombats make UFO grow.
How is that possible?
It's not!
Why after 20 years are people shocked when the monsters grow? I'm seriously wondering if Megaforce was intended to be in some alternate dimension where no previous season happened. Gosei pops in for the first time in the episode to give the Rangers their Zords. For some reason, Noah knows immediately what the Zords are.
They're Zords!
So they don't know monsters, they don't know anything, but they know what Zords are. The individual Zords are called Mecha-Zords. I definitely recall some fans being confused when hearing Mecha-Zord. It sounds way too similar to Megazord. Emma says she hopes they run on biofuel, and I thought she said biofield at first.
I hope they run on biofuel.
I thought it was a shoehorned way to bring up RPM, but no, not that her actual line makes much more sense. Like, I get it, she's the environmentalist one, but this line is still pretty awkward. UFO splits and takes on the Megazords. The Rangers destroy UFO's parts one by one. Despite this, UFO reforms, and then we get some recycled footage from earlier in the fight. Gosei contacts the Rangers and gives the Rangers cards to form the Megazord. The Zord formation is pretty cool, and I like the Gosei Great Megazord. The heads of the individual Zords shoot off as projectiles. That's creative. Gosei pops in to tell the Rangers to use the Victory Charge. This is the final strike that destroys UFO. The Rangers talk to Gosei over their morphers, and Tensu bumps into things because he needed to be included, I guess. This is a pretty clunky episode. It feels more like a story written for a video game than a TV show. Gosei telling the Rangers what to do and handing stuff out felt like the tutorial part of an RPG. I could just imagine the Megaforce Rangers and UFO as little sprites with text boxes. The beginning is awkward. Why does Troy get a flashback? It doesn't even convey any relevant information. He knows Creepox now? Kinda? Was this a reshoot to explain something that'll come later? The strongest element here is definitely Noah and Mr. Burley bonding over a shared love of mysterious cryptids and the like. In one scene, a picture of a Bigfoot-like creature can be seen, missed opportunity to reference Norg from Overdrive. Mr. Burley being fascinated by aliens and monsters means he's more connected to reality than the Rangers if this season is taking place in the same world as the previous seasons. Gosei and Tensu were shockingly absent from most of the episode. Tensu only pops in at the very end. This reminded me of the really early Mighty Morphin episode Different Drum, where Zordon and Alpha are suspiciously absent from everything going on. The bad guys are still pretty dull, not much to them. Vrak is royalty, which doesn't mean anything now, but will come back in the future. Vrak's name is pronounced two different ways, Vrak and Vrak.
Perhaps Vrak is right. Vrak!
Were there two different voice directors or something? The new monster UFO is fine. I like his ability to split into little UFOs, but otherwise he's pretty flat. UFO was voiced by Joel Tobeck, who did voices back in Ninja Storm and Dino Thunder, and did a bunch more in the Nickelodeon and Hasbro seasons. So yeah, Megaforce is only 2 episodes in, and it's already wearing thin. Maybe this is just growing pains, and the show will improve as the crew gets to know what they're doing. Or maybe it'll just continue to spiral downwards. That's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.
Far too complex for you to understand.